can see what we've done now. Create a stock model. Model for stock. All these tool paths. Wait on it to regenerate. Alright, we finally got our stock model. It took a little while. See how things look. Pretty good. Quick tip here. Have a stock model that takes a long time to regenerate. What you can do is create, what I'll do is I'll go on a level. As long as you're comfortable with the tool paths that you have, I'll state this. If the tool paths that we just created are what we really want to use, and we're fine, we're good on that. You know, it's not taking forever. I don't even know how long it's taking. Probably not long at all because it's aluminum. It actually takes a very long time for aluminum, 42 minutes. But I'm not going to get into all that in this. I just want to show you a quick tip on, you know, if you get into something and it takes a long time to regenerate a stock model or something like that, and you don't want to have to do that every time. Let's see, like I said, you're set on these tool paths. This is what you want to do, and you're good with them. You don't want to make any changes or anything. What you can do is go ahead and create a new level and say, we'll go into. I keep my stock geometry in the 200s level. You know, in the 200 range. So I'll do something like 210 and say this is stock model 1. See, my stock's still on. I'll go to tool paths, go to your stock model and hit convert to mesh, and it creates this STL file on that level. Now what you can do is you can come in here. You don't want those anymore. You can just say model, pick that model, regenerate it. Well, that's not right. Select. There we go. Now that model's based off of what you originally generated. You can also verify these tool paths. If you go into verify, as long as you've got your stock set up right. I'm pretty sure I set it up right. Yeah. You can just speed through it real fast. And then go to your verify tab and you can say, where are you at? I think I read it. You can say save stock as STL, save it as a file somewhere that you can find it, probably like me in a folder, same folder that your Mastercam file is, and I'll add a stock folder in there and put them all in there. Then you can come back into here and say file and then search for that file, and it'll also associate it with that too. But again, you have to be you know, confident that these are the tool paths that you want to use. Otherwise, if you change something, be careful that it doesn't, you know, leave or remove more stock if you plan on using this stock model for rest roughing or something like that. So just a quick tip on, because that stock model took a while to generate on this laptop, so that helps speed up some things. So once you've got your toolpaths finalized, you can save that model to a level or save it to a file, and that way you're not waiting, because if something happens and these operations go dirty, you don't want to be waiting on all that stuff to regenerate every time. All right, so we've got all this done. Turn that off. Let's go back to our part. Now we're going to rough this back. If you look at this, there's not much there. Kind of analyze, see roughly how much stock we have. I don't want to go to the center of the arc. Distance endpoint. About 300 thousandths there. So we do want to rough some of this off. We'll go to the back, geometry, port solid, turn our stock off. Preview back. We've roughly got this roughed out to that shape. It's a little bit bigger, but it's close enough. It's not going to hurt anything if we cut a little excess on the outside. I'm going to go about 2 inches will be fine. It's going to create curves on all edges. Alright, I had to restart Mastercam. Sometimes it gets to where on this laptop it does not want to create geometry and pick solids and do crazy things like that. I'm probably maxing everything out on this computer, so. Alright, so now you know, it'll create flat geometry even though it's a curved face because I'm in 2D. You know, whatever view you're in, it'll do that. So we want to rough this. We'll just do another dynamic toolpath. We're not going to use rest roughing or nothing like that. I'll keep it simple for now. We're going to use this boundary chain. Why is it not masked to the... Oh. To redo our planes first. Back. Regenerating while I did that. Now we're good. Control. Deep and shallow. Our depth limit is here. Generate this, and then I'm going to show you why it's a good idea to have your fixturing in place. Gonna eat our vise right there if we're not careful and don't tell Mastercam that there's a fixture there. So if we go back into this toolpath, go back to our model geometry, we want to use this avoidance here, and we're just going to pick that vise jaw. That should stay away from it. Pretty good. Vise off. Now if we want to verify that, I set all this up in the beginning. If you go to files, this is the new way since I think 23 they started doing this, if I'm not mistaken. Set up your simulation, pick the machine. I'm not gonna get into that until we do actual 5-axis toolpaths. We've got our tool list. And then going to this tab here, work holding, I selected that vise as my fixturing. That way when you verify, verification back up, it shows my vise in there also. What we can do, turn on collision, just play through that real fast and see it didn't collide with the vise. And it still got enough over here where that's pretty rough, or we roughed enough stock off, I'll put it that way. So as far as roughing goes, we've got those 3 sides, some of the top, rough this front, feature here. I'm not even going to create wireframe geometry for this. We're just going to use the solid. So what we want to do, contour, solid chaining. Right way. Use this 3/8 end mill. I'm not worried about feeds and speeds. Computer. Thousandths. I'll ramp it. 6. Lead in and lead out. If you're in computer, you don't need a lead in and lead out. If you're using wire, you have to have some type of lead in and lead out. All that's good. Top of stock. And 0, because we picked the chains at the bottom of the pocket, will be 0. Right, so let's get that roughed. Also rough this here. Now we'll have to create geometry for our front. This is our front. Still at 2 inches. I know this center part of it's roughly 4x4, so just to show you that's 2 inches steel. Go to the front. Create D-wire there to there. Did that just because if I do, I don't want that broken right there. If I do curve on the edge, it'll break that up right now, right there at the end where that radius is. But we can use curve like this for that. Now we can trim. Look at our stock and see that we only need to do partial chain right here, so we can trim that to a point. About there. I'm going to be doing this on the back also, so what I can do, I've only got a tool long enough to go halfway down. And I'll show you that in a minute. Back. We're going to copy this to that level. To the back. Actually, I don't have to do the back. Project that. Side. So now we've got one on the front and the back. Do a contour, or do we want to do a 2D high-speed toolpath? Just do a simple contour. I think that's the quickest thing to do. Wireframe. I've got this longer 1/2 inch end mill. Got an 1 5/8 flute. Let's make sure we're hung out far enough. Too long. 2-point. Holder either. But this is just for demonstration. Don't matter. I think we were leaving 15 thou on the 3D high speed, if I'm not mistaken. Leave about the same. Don't need any on the floors. This is depth cuts and multi-passes. Don't need finish passes. Do need lead in and out. How wide is this? 3. Two divided by 3, so 2.4. Top of stock is roughly here, so we'll do this plus a little bit. Am I still in the back view? No. That pick minus. Oh, it's because I'm doing incremental. Plus 0.03 depth to the center. Oh, I'm not ramping. Why did it bring me that? Give me that prompt. Oh, okay. So I had too many multi-passes. So we'll cut this down to 0.3 and see if it'll do it. Go back to 0.4. That looks like. It's not bad. Gives you an idea anyway. Copied that tool path. We're going to change this to the back. Planes. Whenever you flip direction like this, want to chain this. Depth should be the same because this is somewhat symmetrical. Maybe not. No, it's not symmetrical. Notice how I'm picking that stock model. It'll replace whatever your base stock is if you pick that stock model. Pick any stock model, really. It has to be prior to the tool paths. We run into the part. Yeah, it doesn't know that we've machined that yet, so we'll have to run all these. I'll go ahead and pick these too. Run them all. Shouldn't hit. It'll be close, but it shouldn't hit. There we go. All right, so now we've roughed it.